We've made it to Port Alberni, British Columbia, here to meet up with Dave Murphy of Murphy Sport Fishing on the Somass River to check out Technium's new Centerpin rods. The best part is, we're gonna beat them up with Chinook salmon.
On the West Coast, life revolves around pursuing prized game species like salmon, steelhead, and sturgeon using a vast array of techniques in some world-class fisheries. Not knowing what to expect for conditions or the fishing, let's tackle this road trip together and find out if Technium is up for the challenge.
Okay, Dave, so explain to me where we are and what are we gonna be doing today?
Okay, we're on the Somass River, which is the end of the Stamp and Sprout River combined in Port Alberni, British Columbia, Vancouver Island.
Yep.
Right, we're in October.
So you've got Chinooks and cohos currently?
Chinooks and cohos currently. There's steelhead in the river now, but we don't see them for about another 2 weeks until the salmon start spawning, and that becomes a major fishery for us.
Let's talk about the challenges as centerpin anglers. A lot of centerpin, I've seen a lot of centerpin anglers on this river. What are the things they look for in a rod to make them successful?
Well, you need something that, of course, if you're a traveling angler, is not going to break, right? You don't want to be packing 2 rods every day, right? So with Technium, of course, the legendary toughness, the length, right? That 13 foot.
That's a key length.
Key, right? Especially when you're float fishing in a bigger river like we are going to be fishing today, right? Where you have to, you know, you got to be able to mend, but you can't pull back on your float like where it's low water. Right, so you can't make a lot.
Ultra clear.
You can't make a lot of noise, right? So that long rod really helps you do that, right? You can constantly putting slack. That bobber has to be straight up and down to get bit.
How does the parabolic action of a centerpin rod play in?
I mean, almost all centerpin rods are medium or medium light.
In power,
In power, right? Because you need to be able to load that rod right through the middle, right, to get your distance, right, and to cast a lighter line or a heavier line. West Coast, traditionally, we can get away with a lot heavier rod just because the rivers are big and we're packing a lot of
Big time. Compared to Ontario, you guys are running far bigger stuff.
But today we're going to be running quite small. Like this river is clear, it's low, right? The fish are spooky, right? So it's perfect.
If you're going to torture test the new Techniums, yes, they're going to be perfect for steelhead, for pinks, for cohos.
But
Chinook is a completely different animal.
Yeah, completely different animal, for sure. They pull hard. I mean, you're maxing.
One thing I noticed today is you could pull on them, a medium or a medium light, and you're not getting, you still have that backbone from that stripper guide
it stops.
Down through the handle.
Yeah, absolutely, it stops. You have some power, like a lot of power, actually.
For a lot of anglers who've never used a centerpin reel, and they look at a rod like the Centerpin Technium, Tennessee sliding rings.
Well, the East Coast, West Coast, right?
So how would you recommend someone sets up their rod?
You know what, I like it about 2/3 of the way up the handle.
I'm the same.
I like it out in front of me. In higher water, bigger water, and you're packing a lot of lead, sometimes it's easier to have it a little bit further back. Some people like the middle, but this gives you that flexibility.
Yeah, and it's as easy as using electrical tape to secure the rings. And
a couple wraps and it's solid.
Yeah, and I also noticed on the rods, they have that nice rounded butt end on them, which I think is nice because you can hip that rod when you're leaning on those bigger fish.
You know, and that probably comes from that's more of a West Coast thing.
Absolutely it is, because all of our rods out east, if it's a centerpin rod, they don't have that.
Yeah, growing up, that was the #1 thing on your centerpin rod in the West Coast was that butt cap. We're about 3/4 of the way through the run right now, and still a few nice ones in there.
So you got to mix. You got to some that have been here a while, some that are fresh.
Some have been there since August, and some came in yesterday.
All right. Not as dark as that first one. Doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
It's a nice looking fish. Yeah. Surprising, right? Because it feels noodly, but
yeah, no, it's got backbone once you get to there. And it's not even in the corks. It's above the corks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's when it's in the handle you got problems.
Yeah, it's not in the handle. It's good.
Now you got him.
Okay, now we got him.
Now you got him. Now you got him. Nice.
This one.
Oh, got him.
There you go, nice one. Hey, where's mine?
Ooh, darky. Yeah, I waited a little longer. It went tap, 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 and then as soon as it started to go underwater, I gave it to him.
See what you're trying to do there. Yeah.
There you go.
you go.
For someone who doesn't know, for an angler who's never done center pinning, when would you pick a center pin setup?
Well, just about for any fishery now. Anything in the river, moving water,
Yep.
right? From trout, steelhead, salmon.
Is it better with float fish? Is it like designed for
it's
float
designed
fishing?
For float because it's fairly slow retrieve,
Yep.
right? So if you're fishing a spinner or something, you might want something with a 6-to-1.
Nice fish.